Nathan, thank you. Tonight, President Donald Trump continuing to try and get Russia to agree to a peace deal. Erica Brown shows us those talks come while the president is also calling for a judge who ruled against him to be impeached.
Ukrainian soldiers evacuated civilians from parts of eastern Ukraine as Russian forces gain ground in the Donetsk region.
I've got to get the deal signed. 2,000 people a week sometimes are killed, and we have to get that agreement signed, but that's the only thing I think about.
President Trump spent more than 2 hours on the phone with Russian President Vladimir Putin Tuesday, pushing him to accept a ceasefire. The Kremlin said Russia agreed to a prisoner exchange, swapping 175 Ukrainian soldiers for an equal number of their own, while the White House says Putin agreed to a 30-day ceasefire on energy and infrastructure targets.
The fact that a nuclear power plant is a contested object in a war that involves live ammunition being fired and explosives is extremely concerning.
In addition to the call with Putin, Trump spent part of the day railing against a federal judge who ordered the administration to stop deportation flights carried out using the Wartime Alien Enemies Act. The president said he was doing what Americans elected him to do and said this judge, like many of the crooked judges I'm forced to appear before, should be impeached. That drew a swift rebuke from U.S. Chief Justice John Roberts, who issued a rare statement saying impeachment is not an appropriate response to disagreement concerning a judicial decision. Erica Brown, CBS News, the White House.
But Republican Congressman Brandon Gill from Texas is taking President Trump up on that call for an impeachment of that federal judge. Gill announced he introduced a resolution to impeach Judge James Boasberg today. And while those ceasefire talks between Russia and Ukraine continue, another ceasefire deal overseas appears to be broken. Last night, Israel launching the first major airstrike since the pause in fighting back in January. The Hamas-run health ministry says it killed more than 400 people. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu ordered the strikes, saying Hamas has repeatedly refused to release the remaining 59 hostages.
Let me be very clear. Israel will not stop until all of our hostages are back home.
Now, in response, Hamas is blaming Israel for breaking the original ceasefire agreement from 2 months ago. Hamas also warned Israel this return to war amounts to a, quote, death sentence for those remaining in captivity.